I got a question to all the faithful out there, and I hope my man Mike has the answer. That's why I'm here for the answer. Is Jauan Jennings the X-Man, literally the number one wide receiver of the San Francisco 49ers, headed into 2025? Smash that like button. Mike, you got the answer for me?
You damn right.
Oh. What's going on, 49er faithful? It's Monday, which means the BAM Show is here. Mondays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the BAM Show headed into the new season. I got my main man, my ace, Mike Andrews, nothing but Niners in the building. You get the click, boom, because that's how we know nothing but Niners is here. Mike, wagwan, happy new week. Happy schedule release week. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's by the middle of March. No, it's the middle of May almost. But it's been a good weekend, man. I had so much fun this weekend. I forgot to do payroll, man. I woke up this morning in a panic. All my texts were about to be mad at me. Yeah. So
they about to put you on trial like Diddy.
Hey, listen, it's gonna have to happen, but No, man, everything is doing good. Everything is well. My mom, my wife, and my sister-in-law, I think they had a pretty good day yesterday. We tried to cater to the ladies for Mother's Day. So it was all good. It was all good, man. And I'm ready to talk about some Jauan Jennings, third and Jauan.
I feel like that name has been, and it's good, man. Happy belated Mother's Day. To all the mothers out there, you are so wonderful. You are so amazing. I know some have lost their mom, and it was kind of like hard to celebrate that day. But listen, we appreciate you. We want to just send our love, our condolences, and just happy belated Mother's Day. Talking about Third and Jauan, it's weird. I feel like that name shifted a little bit in 2024. I don't feel like he was a Third and Jauan-esque type of play. He was more like a first and Jauan, second and Jauan, third and Jauan, fourth and Jauan, fifth and Jauan, sixth. Like it was a lot of Jauan Jennings last year, in my opinion.
Yeah, and rightfully so, because people kind of fell apart, ran away, disappeared, got hurt. So he's got to step up.
So you think Jauan Jennings has to step up? You don't think? Okay, let me ask you this question. You don't think Jauan Jennings stepped up in 2024 when his number was called, and did you? I'm asking. That's the question. I'm not gonna.
No, it's fine. No, he absolutely stepped up. I thought it was good to see too. Remember that game against Washington, and Richie James went crazy, right? And everybody like, oh, we got something, and then he never went crazy. He never went AZ. He never went cray. Just vanished. Just
did he get hurt?
Gone.
I'm curious.
No. Nope.
Wait. I thought he was dealing with an injury and he missed a game or two last year. No?
You talking about Jauan Jennings or
who you talking about?
I was talking about Richie James.
Oh, he had one game.
That Washington game. Was it
he
Washington
had like,
or was it?
I don't know, but he had like 200 yards or something like that.
Yes. Right? And then he just never did anything ever again. Right?
Because he wasn't capable of doing anything ever again.
That's kind of my point, right?
Oh, okay, my bad.
This ain't that though. Jauan Jennings is different.
Wait. How you gonna say it's kind of your point and then say this ain't that?
Well, because Jauan actually stepped up.
Yeah, but what you bringing up Richie James for? I don't get it.
Because Richie was a flash in the pan, right? And we thought maybe that was the case with Jauan Jennings. Like, he's clutch. Maybe. But then when his number was called, Richie, he didn't do anything for us. So then they called Jauan's number, and he answered. And he left voicemails for people he was trying to call back and everything. Like, he was ready. My man was ready. So I like it. I like it.
First of all, shout out to Jax. The Celtics are in the building. Let's go, because we dropping bombs on them today. New York is going to be like soft ever since Tatum came through and crushed the buildings trying to restore the feelings. It's about to be crazy. I can tell you right now. First of all, New York going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now because the Diddy trial's going on. You know what I'm saying? And then
that started today?
That started today. And then they're gonna be extra sad after the lose. Yeah. Let me just shut up. You know what I mean? Because I'm not
No,
even.
ain't no
gonna-
reason to shut up. These New
Nah,
York
you're
Knicks
right.
fans is tripping out here because they sit here like, oh, we won game one, we got game two, we about to sweep them and all that. I'm like, yo, y'all were down by 25 plus in each game. Y'all were down by 30 in this third game. Like, y'all aren't it. Like, stop. Don't sit here and try to make it sound like y'all even competitive. You got to win. You accidentally got those wins. Like, enough.
I just, you know, I'm not gonna say they accidentally got the wins, but yeah, they accidentally got the wins. I didn't want to say that, Mike. I wasn't gonna say that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. But look, so just news: the 49ers signed undrafted free agent Stone Blanton, linebacker out of Mississippi State. Don't bite your tongue. Go ahead.
The name Stone for a linebacker,
bro. Last time I heard the name Stone was in the movie.
Hard.
Unnecessary Roughness, but he couldn't catch.
Oh, Stone Hands?
I don't know if that was his name either.
I thought you were going to say the 5 Heartbeats. He was like, my name is Anthony Stone, but my friends call me Rock.
Good one. I was trying. That was kind of dope. But I was kind of keeping in on the football tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nah, that's a good one. I don't even know if that was his real name in the movie, but I know we knew him as Stone Hands. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't catch. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question: was Unnecessary Roughness like the football version of Major League?
That's the one that had Sinbad in it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It was like the spoof
of Major, like Major League was
joint.
right.
Major League was the baseball joint.
Yeah.
That had Charlie Chase in it, right?
Charlie Sheen. That's all good, man. Listen, I got you on the pop culture,
it's
bro.
not all good. You know who Charlie Chase is?
I don't. That's the point. I'm not supposed to know who Charlie Chase is, I guess. Who's Charlie Chase now?
She's an adult.
Never mind. Understood. But I want to know why you thought Charlie Chase was in Major League.
I meant Sheen. Charlie Sheen is who I meant to say. I meant to say Charlie Sheen. I had the wrong Charlie on my mind.
You could out of all the Charlies, you could have said, "Nah, it's all good."
Brown.
You could have went Charlie Baltimore.
Brown.
You could have went Charlie Brown. You could have went Charles in Charge, bro. You went Charlie Chase. That I don't even know if it, I don't. Well, since we here, I gotta look it up because I didn't know who Charlie Chase was. So, I got
later.
No, I'm looking it up now. Charlie Chase.
If he
no.
he going.
Oh. Well,
she
all right. Yeah, I like how she spell her name.
You got to hear her. Got this like raspy voice thing. It's crazy.
Got you. So yeah. So like, all right, man, rookie mini camp.
They reported we signed Stone, Anthony Stone.
Stone. I was about to call him Stone Hands. Stone Blanton. Stone Blanton.
Yes.
Stone Blanton.
Yes.
Mike, just what are your initial thoughts? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the linebacker room is 9 deep.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Like, we throwing bodies in there, somebody's gonna emerge, and this kid was productive too.
That was kind of dope.
This kid was productive.
We're throwing bodies in there, and somebody's
gotta emerge. That's right.
Gotta emerge.
They going so they're gonna go in there and they're gonna do their thing. And I'm excited because I kind of like the infusion of youth. Like I know that we forced ourselves into this spot, but I'm really excited for this young crop of players that the Niners just are bringing in right now, man.
You know when we talked about hitting that reset button, and I was kind of like, we're not resetting, right? I feel like where they are resetting is with the age, right? So like they're getting younger, and I feel like today's youth are just more hit to the speed of the game, the play of the game, like stuff like that, because it's kind of like more going in their language. Like the game has been they've been playing in the game, and today's youth aren't as young as we think because they've kind of been playing in college. They stay in college a little longer because of the NIL deal. So they're young, but they're matured. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. So I like it. You talked about Blanton's production, bro. 125 tackles,
Yeah.
4 tackles for a loss, a half a sack. I'm just talking about last year. It's the only thing I
2
care.
forced fumbles.
Like 4 forced fumbles. No, 2 forced fumbles is what I got. You might be right. I thought it was 4, but it's
It could be
4
it
tackles
could
for
be 4.
loss.
I thought it was 2.
No, it's 4
the
tackles,
tackles for loss. Okay.
Yeah, so 2 forced fumbles. I feel like he's gonna be the backup or compete for the backup of the Mike linebacker. They kind of like bringing in those young guys to see if they could do that. They tried with Draylen Graham his rookie year. He was the backup. He wore the green dot on his helmet in practice, and he was backing up Fred Warner. I feel like last year it was Tatum Bethune. He was the Mike, and I feel like that's going to be your competition, man. I started creating my depth chart, and I like it. And it's available for everybody on my Patreon. It only costs you $1. So subscribe to the Patreon. You pay $1. Boom. You click on the link. You give me your email. I grant you access. Boom. It's super simple, right? But it's kind of dope because I'm gonna be shifting some stuff around. It's interactive and
Well, that's how a depth chart is supposed to. Like, it's the depth chart is much like your active roster, right? It's a living thing. It's never finalized. It's never
I like
finalized.
that. It's always breathing. I like that.
Yes.
It's a living thing.
Yes. Yeah,
that was kind of
so you got to make sure you keep updating it, And how many linebackers you think we keep?
We got
5?
9. Well, let's go. Let's think about that, right? I know we're gonna talk about wide receivers in a second, but let's think about the linebackers that we've had last year. Okay, let's go. Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, who started late because he was on the PUP, so he didn't really count for a roster spot, and he didn't really play. Let's go. Right. 4-5 DFF, Demetrius Flanagan Files. Let's go Tatum Bethune. How many is that so far? 4? 3 or 4?
That's 4.
Let's go
Greenlaw, Warner, Bethune, and
I'm not finished. I feel like I'm missing one. Greenlaw, Bethune. Who am I missing? Oh, D. Winters.
Winters. Yeah.
D. Winters. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting. I feel like I'm missing another one from last year, though.
I'm about to try to put it in order now. Here we go. All right, so the linebackers were. Here we go. I got. Oh, you know what this is showing me? It's sorry. I'm gonna read them all anyway. Tatum Bethune, DFF, Demetrius Flanagan Fouls, Jalen Green.
Yep. Graham.
Dre Greenlaw.
Yep.
Curtis Robinson. That's the one you was trying to remember.
He was on the IR though, but he's back.
Right. And
so he didn't count last year. Deshaun White was picked up later.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So now we have 9 of these guys, right? With Curtis Robinson being back. And now you're hoping that D. Winters makes the upgrade. And we'll talk about linebackers on another show, but Jax wants to know, will Stone be linebacker 2 or 3?
And Fred Warner. Damn, that's right. We had Devondre Campbell also.
I forgot about Campbell last year. Yeah, thank you, Michael.
We're supposed to forget about him. Forget him.
I definitely forgot about Campbell. Like he was a figment of my imagination. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I wasn't even thinking about
I'm sorry, what was it? You said Jax wants to know what?
Linebacker 2 or 3 for Stone. It's gonna be tough, right? For me, he's an undrafted free agent, so he's got a
hell of a hill to climb. I don't know if he's gonna make this roster.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's gonna be tough.
But it kind of speaks to, his impressive production and him not making this roster speaks to it not just being bodies, right? It speaks to it being quality. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like there's some really good pieces out there that the Niners have here. Mm-hmm. So I like that, right? Like this kid, if he were to make the roster, I have no doubt that he would catch on and be productive, right? If you don't make the roster, it speaks about the people that beat him out. It speaks that much more about them.
Yeah, and again, like I said, it's going to be tough, though, right? Like the hill, it's going to be really tough because now we're talking about guys that got drafted in front of him. Mm-hmm. I mean, and listen, injuries can happen, and that's the quickest way, right? And so, like last year, Curtis Robinson tore his ACL in camp, and then they went and signed Devondre Campbell,
right?
Because they didn't feel like this is D. Winters' third year, going into his 3rd year, right? Like he's going into his 3rd year. Last year was his 2nd year. I feel like I get 1 year off.
I think this is year 4. No. He was picked in 2023. So 23, 24, 25. This is his 3rd year.
He's going into his 3rd year, right? So there was no trust there with those guys. So The difference, though, for those that are wondering about the linebackers, the difference is you got Robert Saleh. That's kind of like his bread and butter position. You want to credit him, Fred. You want to credit him getting Aziz as an undrafted free agent. You want to credit him drafting Drake Greenlaw. I mean, that's cool because then we draft Nick Martin in the third round, who had high production. We talk 140 tackles in 2024, 2020, yeah, right. And now you get another guy with high volume of tackles. That's like these are. I feel like Johnny Holland and Robert Saleh get each other. I feel like they match. Like they when Saleh's there, Holland is on his BIBI. But when Saleh's not there, I think it's a different coordinating. They got different philosophies. You could tell that they want to get it from the freaking linebackers position, just moving forward. And speaking of linebacker, there's no word on Fred Warner getting an extension as of yet. So
yeah.
It is what it is. Throwback, which team do you want to play in week 1? All right, Mike, which team do you want to play in week 1?
I want to play our toughest game of the year.
Yes.
First game of the year. So I say bring on the Houston Texans. And when I say bring on, we would have to be flying to Houston.
Right. Because it's an away game, right?
Yes, and then no.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I don't want to fly. I don't want to start it off in Houston. If
I'd rather start the year with
that's a dome game. Stuff don't work well with us in domes early. Like, give me grass.
Oh, see, and that's what I'm saying. I want the harder. Like I want the schedule to get.
No,
easier
I get what you're saying
as the year goes along.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think that's how the computer gonna spit it out. But I get why you want it. You know what I mean? Me personally, I want one of them East Coast games. Because the weather isn't bad yet. Yeah, like the weather is still gonna be the weather. We ain't getting no inclement weather. You know what I'm saying?
Bay.
Yeah, like give me one of those East Coast games, whether it's on the road or whether it's, you know what I'm saying? No pun intended. Weather.
Yeah. I got
but
you.
But yeah, give me one of them East Coast games, yo. And I feel like the Giants gonna be a primetime game because it's Russell Wilson versus the 49ers. We ain't beat that cat since 2019. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm wrong. It's not. He's not the quarterback.
You not. And we don't ever beat. No. I don't want to play it. I forgot.
I didn't know where you were going
with the Broncos, and they couldn't.
Bro, we couldn't beat them, yo. Jimmy Garoppolo shot a pick 8, bro. And I was just like, what? What? And I was there. Bloody nose, high altitude. I was like high off of air. Like it was rough.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
He won Seattle week 1.
You think he gonna get the starter? You think? Because they got Jackson Dart. They got
Bro,
Jameis
first
Winston.
First of all, Jackson Dart was ass. I finally feel like I could come out and say it. Yo, his practice at the Senior Bowl was ass. Who did I talk about at the Senior Bowl? Tyler Shugg. That's the only quarterback and Seth Hennigan. If I talk about you like a lot, that means you really did something to impress me. And I went there to see Jackson Dart. He wasn't good.
It's funny because people in the group chat really be like they on Jackson Dart. And you never said this before. So when you just said it just now, I can finally say this. Like you've been holding this in for a while.
Bro,
like,
right. Y'all been itching to get that out, yo. I think I mentioned it when I did the first show from Alabama. I was like, well, he didn't really do anything to impress me. I didn't like him. I didn't think he was good. I just didn't.
Wow.
And then as I'm watching the film, like on Jordan Watkins, like Dart not impressing me. But hey, maybe he fits the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he fits. But I think Russell Wilson is the guy. And I think you got Russell to start. You might bridge. I think your emergency quarterback is going to be Winston, and then I think Dart will be the guy that takes over if stuff don't go their way.
I think the only way Winston stays on that roster, is if Dart is terrible, because then the Giants know we can't go to him. But otherwise, Winston should be going back to New Orleans. Like they should have made this trade already.
They're not going to trade for that guy, right? Like, come on, man. Now,
what?
Wide receiver that's been heating up for the. I don't think so, man. They
Look at my
drafted Tyler
man's
Shook.
numbers.
They drafted Shook, right? Like, so yeah. Wide receiver name heating up in the 49ers community is undrafted free agent pick. Well, not a pick, but undrafted free agent Isaiah Nayer out of Nebraska. Now, I definitely know I talked him up because he was at the Senior Bowl. This kid is 6'4". He's taller than Jauan Jennings. This kid is 6'4", and he ran a 4.4. Jauan Jennings is 6'3", and ran a
4, 5, 7.
No, he ran 4.7. Like 469.9999999. I just round that shit off to 4.7 or something like that.
That's crazy.
And so, like, he's really heating up. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that, he's going to come in, but he's literally kind of like a true kind of X type of wide receiver who could create separation. He has the speed, the top speed. There's just so many things that he can do. Great hands, great catch radius. But let's focus on Jennings because let's not sleep.
What's his weight? Do you know his weight?
Brother, hold on, bro. You can't ask me these questions and I not have the answers.
I like the 6'4". I like the speed. You telling me he's got hands? Something's wrong with this dude.
Why did he go undrafted, right? Like, that's the question.
87.
Yeah, he was 218.
Oh.
He's a big brolic motherfucker. Like, he got the build. Like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so this is what this Lake City pointed out. I've been saying this because if you watch any of my mock draft shows, I always try to draft a big receiver with speed. Whether it was Dante Dorton out of Tennessee, whether it was what's the kid from San Jose State? Nash. I can't think of his name.
Jose.
He went to San Jose State. But he was big too. He was like 6'4". He was actually Jauan Jennings, but he ran a 4.5, so that was still faster to me. So I felt like the Niners were going to draft a receiver like that, and instead they went in two different directions, right? They went and got kind of like the slot guy.
It was Nick Nash.
Nick Nash. I couldn't think of his name. They went and got the slot guy in Jordan Watkins, and then they got another slot guy in Junior Bergen, who's going to be more of a kick returner, hopefully, because that's what he did really well at Montana. But let's talk about Jauan Jennings being the X, though, because, like, I don't want to think that I don't want to come off this way. Jauan Jennings held this team down. And his story is like, bro, they drafted him in the 7th round. They cut him due to COVID and some bull crap. They signed him to the practice squad. He worked his way back off the practice squad as a restricted free agent, ended up getting the deal as a restricted free agent, and then worked his way to a 2-year extension. Now, before we look, you know what? Let's go to his contract situation with the San Francisco 49ers, because God forbid, I mean, he's going into the last year of his deal. God forbid this guy holds out and does anything that wide receivers typically do with the San Francisco 49ers. This fan base is going to erupt, or will they not? Like, I guess that's the question to ask, right, Mike?
Right. Yeah.
So 2-year, $11.8 million extension. He signed this joint, and I can make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to read. $15.39 million. That's going to be the total value in his contract. Now, this is the last year of this deal, Mike. So, do you feel like the Niners should they offer an extension right now? With the wide receiving room is 12, I think it's 12 deep.
Is it that many people in there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 deep. With Brandon Ayuk being on the IR right now.
This contract looks so weird to me.
It does.
Are we sure this is his last year?
This is his last year. Everything else is voided years. See how he'll be unrestricted in 2026?
I don't understand that dead cap being $8 million and he's not here. Like, that's crazy, right?
That's just how the Niners work to structure their money, bro. Niners are always going to be a dead cap team because they
Yeah, but
back they
his deal was only $8 million. Like, I don't understand what I'm looking at when I see this. Like, look at it was.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It was a 2-year.
It's also written in a different color, so I wonder if that makes any difference. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Anyhow, so here's the thing, right? If what did you say the guy's name was? Isaiah
Nair.
If Nair is looking good, right, and if we get anything from Cowing, right, and we drafted a wide receiver, right? What was his
They drafted
name?
2 wide receivers. They drafted Jordan Watkins and Junior Bergen.
Right. That's right. So, like, if we get anything out of those guys, then Jennings is gone. Thank you for the time and contributions, and no, but go get that bag though. The Niners can't. The Niners not gonna give it to him.
No, let me ask you this: should the Niners give it to him?
Yes.
Okay, so you feel like the Niners should pay again 2 wide receivers? I just don't want to go back down the same road and the same train tracks that we've crossed past where we paid Debo, and now Ayuk's the new Debo, and Debo's gone, and then you pay Jauan Jennings, and then you're gonna trade Brandon Ayuk.
Right. Well, see, that's the crazy thing, right? Like, because before the deal, Brandon Ayuk was Iron Man, always available.
Always available. I mean, always.
Right?
I mean,
I feel that way about Jennings. Does have some nagging injuries because of how physical he plays from time to time, right? So,
right. So did Debo.
Nothing long term. Yeah, nothing long term, right? And so you kind of feel safe giving the guy like Jennings a long term deal.
But Ayuk
like
didn't have
play more games than he misses.
Ayuk had the nagging injuries. I don't think Ayuk had as many as nagging injuries as Jauan Jennings did, but I do feel like that ACL, that's the issue. Like the ACL, MCL, PCL, like that, I think coming back from that is going to be an issue. Now, I believe he's going to come back strong, but we don't know. You know what I mean? But they paid him prior to that. He didn't have any of these. Like Jauan Jennings does have some nagging injuries, but Brandon Ayuk, I still think he's the best blocking wide receiver we have. He might not be the most physical, but he sure know how to block. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, Mike. Like, it's weird because just like looking at this, he's not making a lot of money. And I feel like if he has another season like he had last year, he only didn't get 1,000 yards, Mike, because he got ejected from a football game.
That was smart, too, by the Cardinals. Oh, it's up for them this year, by the way.
They did that shit on purpose, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They created a
So
rivalry.
the Niners coming for this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. One more time? Because they play him twice? Yeah. Cardinals won't stand a chance. Cardinals, you could go get Santa Claus, Jesus Christ. You could get the starting mob squad, the Monstars. All I know is Kyle Shanahan got something for that ass. I could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel it.
Like that's all the Niners had to hang their hats on at the end of the year. Like let's get you on 1,000 yards. Like we that was the only thing we playoffs done.
It was coming.
Running back,
it was there.
Our favorite linebacker done. Like it was everything was over. The only thing we had to hang our hat on was getting Jauan Jennings his 1,000 yards, and they targeted him to make him get ejected. Like they knew like they demoralized the fan base and made us have to live with that.
And I felt like he ain't even do nothing eject worthy. Nope. He was just playing physical football. Since when is it bad to play?
I think he did swing on my man.
After the man swung on him?
It was the second time. Yes.
Yeah, but he got swung on twice.
2 plays in a row. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were antagonizing it, and he the one that get in trouble for it. They both got ejected, but it messed up his 1,000-yard season. Now let's look how he was utilized last year, because this is what I love about. This is what I love about Jauan Jennings, because he the slowest X receiver. That's why. No, you're not gonna do this to me.
You're right. I'm going on mute.
That's why Tennessee, and nobody not gonna want to hear this. Yo, for y'all, for all the dumb people out here that let Xavier Restrepo go undrafted, y'all, even us, but we're idiots. I'm going to tell you right now, on film, this kid is always open. I don't care if he ran a 4.10. He's open. And then he makes people miss. He's with the Tennessee Titans, and he might just be one of them. Like, I know we got Isaiah Nair, and I can't wait to see him. But I think them undrafted receivers, Xavier Estrepo, is going to be a problem. And I said that because he was slow. But look at here's living proof of what a slow wide receiver slot guy. Xavier Restrepo's a slot guy. He's not an X. This is an example of what a slow wide receiver can do. I don't think when you're playing in an X, in the Y as a slot, I don't think it matters as far as speed because you're running on angles. And I just feel like if you're there and you're open and it's quick and you got everything else, the physicality, you can make people miss. That's where you're going to make a name for yourself. Now, it's cool to be fast, but I think these guys are more quick. Jauan Jennings might be slow, but he is quick as hell. I don't know if y'all see that. This dude routes. They be quick. And so I'm looking at John. I'm like, yo, where you get the speed? It's the long speed that he ain't got. You better make sure that ball's underthrown so he could go get it because he don't got the speed down the field. Am I tripping, Mike? Or...
No, everything you said is spot on. Everything you said is spot on. He's got quick feet. He's shifty out the break, and that makes him, that's where he creates that separation right there. And without the separation, he's probably the best, catcher on the team with a body on him.
You mean in traffic? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like, he don't care.
Coverage.
You can be on his back like a piggyback ride. He don't care. That boy, he don't care at all. I'm just a little confused about these percentages here.
Okay, go ahead.
So
where we
the
at?
Top part, very top, the depth.
Very top.
But this don't equal 100.
Tell me where the very top is. I'm missing
it says target percent. Deep plus 20. Yep.
Oh,
right there,
okay. So deep 11. That doesn't equal 100 to you?
No, it's not. No, it's not 100.
So what is it? Because 53 plus 35 is 80 something.
Yeah,
and then
that's not.
And then add another 11. That's 99, right?
No.
Yeah. What do you mean no?
Okay. Never mind. It is. Okay. All right. I'm wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. Damn. That's crazy. I was really struggling over here, bro. I forgot to carry the one.
I see why people watch this show. I mean, like, why so many people watch this damn show? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I forgot to carry the one. All right. So then this chart is saying that Kyle uses him like he uses Debo, like close to the line of scrimmage, short.
Because you said that he could get open and out of his breaks, and we didn't even talk about how you can't press man him because of his strength and physicality as a wide receiver. I'm sure this kid bench press 335 easily. He be pushing these little motherfuckers off of him like it's nothing without getting OPI too.
With that same dumbass smile on his face. Look at that smile.
With
Imagine
that same dumbass smile on his face, bro. This is the perfect picture avatar. Just realize that.
I love Jauan Jennings, man. He is definitely grown on me, man. I wanted it to be the other guy, but it's cool. I was happy it was him, man. Jalen Hurd can never. So this was my guy right here, man. And I just wish that he got more targets in the end zone. That's the only thing I wish that changed about Jauan Jennings. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel like what changed. Okay, and I don't know if this is on Jennings, and help me understand like scheme. Right? Because when he had to make the switch to X, which he played predominantly the X last year when Brandon Ayuk went down, he made the switch. It changed how he was utilizing the red zone. It shouldn't have, but it did. Because if he's my guy, because think about it, most of his touchdowns the previous year were red zone targets. But now he's becoming the X. I don't think he's able to get open in the end zone like Brandon Ayuk was able to get open in the end zone, just running around, scrambling around. I don't think he had that's where maybe his speed might have not worked. Not that he had to run far, but just around, right? And I think that's what made Brandon Ayuk a little bit different. And so if he's taking on that role and not able to, get open, you got to remember when they had Ayuk out there, bro, this cat was wide open in the red zone. I'm not even going to go back to the Super Bowl. But you seen it. Like Brock literally could have picked his poison. He had Ayuk open, team trailing to get to Ayuk, which left Jennings all the way open. And So I just feel like maybe that might have changed a little bit, like in the red zone last year.
Wait, was Jennings a 24-year-old rookie? This is his fourth year with us, right?
He's 27. Yeah, he was old.
This is his fourth season with us?
2020. So we're going into his fifth season.
What the heck?
Remember, a lot of players were old because of COVID, right?
Wow. He was a 23-year-old rookie. Yeah, about to see his birthday, 24. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You're right. This is when the COVID stuff started going on. 2020 was a COVID year. That was that was the year COVID happened. So no,
That was the
wasn't why he
year
was
COVID happened. So the players older, the age wouldn't have really kicked in until last year.
Yeah.
My bad. Just hitting buttons and stuff.
All right. So I see you. Okay. Here we go.
All right, so just like looking at where he's target. I mean, look at where he's most productive, bro. Like deep
Does he
down,
have nothing behind the line of scrimmage,
bro.
Nothing at all.
He does, and that to me is where his speed comes in. That to me, Mike, that's where his speed comes in. Like
I would have loved to seen a toss to him.
I don't. He tried to line up in the backfield once, Mike, and I said this shit better never happen again.
Oh no, what's it called? I said a toss, but they should have tossed him like the sweep. Is that what it is? Like the
Oh, definitely not. He don't got that speed.
No, because he don't need the speed. He's powerful. Like let him run him over right there.
Bro, have you been watching our? Have you been watching our offense, bro? Like if you just shit it, we all shit it. How Deebo Samuel was slow coming out of the backfield. Like if Deebo Samuel was slow, Jauan Jennings is ludicrous slow, which is just slow. That's why the Ricky Pearsall worked out of the backfield because he's got the speed. That's why the Jacob Collins worked out of the backfield because he's got the speed. Even go back to the year before we got those kids. Even what's the little guy we used to have, Ray McLeod. That's why he worked.
So you think it's speed? See, I'm thinking like a short yardage situation, and you got like McCaffrey back there, and then you just send him in motion, but behind like the orbit, like behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't think he has the quickness in that way. It's just different.
Think he's physical enough to just bowl somebody over, bro.
Yeah, but you don't want him to bowl somebody over. You want him to make the first person miss.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, yeah, so no.
But when he catches the ball as running a route, for some reason, he make that first person miss.
He does like a nasty stiff arm too, right after the catch. Like if he has time to look around and see where you're coming from, he brings that ball in and he throws people into the ground like a violent push. Like it's just.
I think Jauan Jennings is that dude. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Whether you feel like he's a number one receiver or not, that's to your interpretation. I'm gonna go off of Mike. I'm gonna ask you: Is Jauan Jennings a number one receiver?
No.
I'm gonna go with yes, because I don't think if you're asking him to play, I don't think as a number one receiver he has to play X. I think he can play the X, he could play the Y, he could still line up in the slot. I would prefer him to be in the slot because I feel like that's where he could take more advantage of the teams. But I loved what I saw last year about his ability to get open. I thought he ran crisp routes. I thought he caught passes that were underthrown. I still think he has the highest catch radius on this team, even greater than Brandon Ayuk. I've seen Brandon Ayuk go up, but I've seen Jauan Jennings go down. So, like, that radius from up to down, it's ridiculous. So, I've seen Jauan Jennings make some shoestring catches as well as over-the-head catches. The only thing that he lacks is top-end speed. I don't think he needs it. I don't think he needs it. He makes that first person miss. When he catches the Brock Purdy specials to the sideline routes, Mike, and then he kind of, like, spins and turns back in, and then makes that first person miss, and now he's getting 15 extra yards. Like, where did the yak come from Jauan Jennings? And then he looks fast because ain't nobody running, ain't nobody with him.
Right.
I don't know, man. I really love Jauan Jennings, yo.
You don't think it's crazy that all 3-4 of his best games were losses for the Niners? The Super Bowl, and that's why I say no. Right? There's something about when he has to be the focal point. Like it just means that the team is in shambles. Like it's not good. It's not good. Like think about he had 2 or 3 really, really good games this year.
Yeah.
And just for waste. Like defense couldn't stop. Now I think that a lot of that had to do with the defense, right? Not the offensive game plan because he was productive and he did what we needed him to do. But I just don't think that he should be the focal. I don't think you're building the offense around him, and I think that's what the number one wide receiver is.
So
he does Mike Evans type things though.
All right, let me re-ask the question with this little disclaimer. We're going into 2025. There's no Brandon Ayuk to start the season. Are you building your offense around Jauan Jennings?
No.
Okay. As a wide receiver.
Point.
Not as a wide receiver is what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. No. No, I'm going off of my former first round pick in Ricky Pearsall.
Okay.
It's time for him to step up.
Okay, I'm glad you knew what I meant because I didn't know if you were going to go Christian McCaffrey. I was like, no, let's go wide receivers.
No. Yeah,
okay,
I got you.
Okay, and I disagree, respectfully. I think I'm going to go with the proven guy, because I think this year he's going to get the coverage shaded toward him. Did I say something wrong?
No, you did not at all, sir. I'm listening. And you think who's going to get the cover shaded to him? You think Pearsall or Jauan Jennings?
Jauan Jennings. I think Pearsall gets
too.
to go ape shit because Jauan Jennings, I think the respect is there. And if you're getting double coverage, to me, you're the number one receiver.
Right. So what the defensive coordinators are going to do is who was the Niners' top guy last year? They're going to see it was Jauan Jennings. They're going to break his film down the team. That's who the guy is that we have to stop. He's a hell of a blocker. He's a great possession receiver. This guy is trickier. He's a little more elusive than what the film shows, blah, 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 blah. They're going to bracket coverage him, and Pearsall needs to go, like you said, ape shit. Like that's what
he better. He has no. I wouldn't respect anything less. If you got Pearsall should be able to beat single coverage, and if he can't, we got a problem. If we can't, we got a problem. Kenny, what's up, Kenny? He says, "Come on, bro. How many 3rd and 1s has he converted? Almost all of them, bro. I don't even have the stats of his 3rd down conversions." But this cat has converted 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 27s, 3rd and 99s. He's just a 3rd down guy, bro. Like, that's what he got his name 3rd and Jauan. I remember the year where he was converting 3rd and 15s, like, on average.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that. Yep. His second year, it was like, damn. It's like 3rd and 12, and it's like, well, we know a punt's coming here.
Yeah,
like, Jauan got 14
just throw a
yards
screen.
on it. Like,
Throw a screen. Nah, not us. They throwing it. They trying to get the first down. So yeah, man, he's definitely nice. But that's why I think this year it might be a little different because I think Jauan Jennings is going to demand attention from defensive coordinators. If not, Cook. Like, be my guest. Be my guest to not double cover Jauan Jennings, please. He'll win the 50-50 balls and man coverage, okay? And he finds ways to find holes in the zone. I really do. So, I mean, if you guys feel like Jauan Jennings is going to be a number one receiver going into 2025, let me know in the comment section of the show. I'll do my best to respond to all the comments after the show. Mike is saying no. I'm saying yes. Mike has Ricky Pearsall. Well, I don't know. I wanted to draft Ricky White this year, but Mike has Ricky Pearsall. I feel like Jauan Jennings is definitely going to be that guy, and I think he's going to play himself out of San Francisco after this season. You know what I mean? Mike, any final thoughts before you send us home?
None at all. Y'all make sure you got the alert set. We'll be talking to y'all soon.
All right, man.
We live all the time, kicking it with the fan, bro. That's Breezy. I'm Mike, and this is the BAM Show.
I messed up.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.